Hi folks, and welcome back to video 2 in the What Happens When a Decrepit Bloke in his 50s Starts Going to the Gym 5 days a week series. And today I'm going to talk about getting your body ready to add muscle mass, because it's not just a matter of going to the gym. You can go to the gym all you like. If you're not in a position for your body to add muscle mass, it's not going to work. So what do you need to do? Well, the first thing is you need to get your body in an anabolic state. Now, this is can be easier or harder depending on basically there are 3 basic body types. At one end you've got the ectomorphic type people. Now they are the type that store very little fat under their skin, and they tend to be leaner, very lean, and what muscle they do have really stands out because they haven't got any fat on top of it. Then you've got in the middle, you've got the meso. The meso people, the sort of the middle ground, a little bit more fat, more able to add muscle. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got the endomorphs. And they tend to store more fat under their skin, but find it more easy to get into an anabolic state. I fall into that category if you haven't figured it out already. So, but how do you get into an anabolic state anyway? So the first thing is you don't want to be in a calorie deficit, or if you are, you're a very, 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 very small one. So basically, in order for your body to add muscle, it's got to have enough energy coming in to do all its normal functions and to go, we could add in some muscle here because it's clearly needed based on the exertion we're getting. Let's add some. If you are on a 1,500, 1,200 calorie a day diet, then you can't, because your body slows down, your metabolism slows down, it turns off non-essential process, says, we haven't got enough energy coming in, so let's not bother doing this and that and the other to save energy. And so, and if anything, you're going to end up in a catabolic state. That's where your body starts eating its own muscle, going, there isn't enough calories coming in, but there's a tasty bit of chest muscle there or arm muscle there. Let's eat that instead. So, you don't want to be in a calorie deficit. You need enough food coming in. Now, for me, I do a keto diet, a low-carb diet. And I have modified my diet a bit throughout this gaining weight process because I was craving meat. And basically, for someone my sort of size, average size, 5'11", I need to be eating, 150 grams of protein a day. So that's like a dozen eggs, 600 grams of meat, something like that. And so I needed it. I knew my body was telling me. These days, since being on the diet, I am able to trust my body more. And when my body goes, God, I really fancy some nuts. Then there's probably a reason I need more vitamins and minerals, and my body's going, And so I can trust it to do that. When it says it needs more protein, that's fine. I couldn't, when I was eating carbs, I couldn't trust it because I was just constantly driven to eat all the bad things. So, but now I can. So I've moved to a higher protein diet. Now, the standard sort of things that people will go for is egg whites and chicken with the skin off and that sort of stuff. And they'll be having rice and stuff with it for the carbs, for the energy, because you've got to have carbs for energy, haven't you? No. So what I'm having is I'm using fat for my energy and combining it with the protein. So meat, roast lamb, steak, and then eggs. So cheese frittata is one of my favourites. Make a large one, slice it up. So you're getting a dose of eggs and cheese and some stir-fry vegetables in there. That works really well for me. So am I in a calorie deficit? I tend to go off feel. I'm not really counting, but probably most of the time not. Maybe very, very, very slightly sometimes. Last year was a bad year for me, actually, because I was suffering with sleep apnea, really severe sleep apnea, actually. I was just exhausted all the time, which made it very difficult to follow my diet, and also very difficult to get my training in because I just couldn't. I was just broken all the time. Thankfully now I've got a mask to wear at night and I'm getting a full night's sleep. Wow, what a difference that makes. But during last year, I added about 5 kilos of weight. And so I do want to lose that this year, but very, very, very slowly. So the ectomorphs will be looking at the videos, like the pictures of me later, going, ew, look at him, he's disgustingly fat. Because, of course, for them, anything more than about 5% body fat looks disgusting. I'll talk about that in the next video, actually. Let's leave that for now. So that's, you need to eat. You need to make sure you're eating enough calories. You need to make sure you're getting the, green veg. Because you need to be getting enough vitamins and minerals. You need to be having enough protein. Another thing you need to make sure you're having is enough sleep. So your body's got to be in a rested state. And to be honest with you, I've been sleeping more. When I train hard in the gym, like last night, for instance, I slept for nearly 11 hours. And I just think basically your body goes periodically, all right, let's add some more muscle mass. Let's shut the whole system down. Let's turn him off. And let's get to work and build some muscle mass. And so you need that time asleep in order to do that and to be rested, and also rested in order to train. The other thing that's happening when you're sleeping in deep sleep is you're lowering your cortisol levels, which is important too, which takes us into the next point, which is stress, the biggest killer of weight gain. You are, how can I put it? Your body's using your testosterone. This is both ladies and gentlemen here. It's using testosterone in your body to, you've got to have the testosterone free and available to grow muscle. So you've got the testosterone to start with, but testosterone is also used in other processes. And one of the things it's used to make is cortisol, stress hormone. And so if you have high stress hormones, you've got less testosterone available for building muscle. So it's a big killer. So you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep so you're lowering your cortisol. And if you've got any concerns about sleep apnea, go and watch this video. Again, I think that's probably a lifesaver, that video, for a lot of people in the 50s. But stress, how do you get your stress down? Mindfulness, whatever works for you, alone time, prayer, walking, running, just whatever works for you to make you feel calm and still are important. So if you can do those things, you'll be in a position when you go into the gym and put the effort in. You do have to put the effort in. It's work. Then you're going to see a result. And I say I'm a couple of months in, and I am seeing a result. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and come back next time. yeah, next time, next time I'm going to have an opinion, which of course always upsets people. And I try to make Run Adventure a positive space, because I suspect the people who identify with the next video are quite vulnerable, actually, and they don't need to hear from the trolls. So anybody posting any nasty stuff on the comments in the next video is going to find themselves the comments removed. Toot sweet. So, because next time we're going to talk about it's okay not to be perfect in a world when you're bombarded on the TV and the cinema, on social media with perfect people. It's okay not to be perfect. Nobody is. It's all a con. And yeah, so just getting to grips with what's going on and just accepting who you are, really. Because one of the biggest dangers of listening to all this claptrap is that you give up. Please don't give up. Changing your diet, your exercise, and doing strength training is going to add years to your life. And if just one person watches these videos and it adds years to their life, the time I've spent filming this was time well spent. So yeah, it's very tempting for people to give up because they see all these people who are just, something they're never going to be. So that's what we're going to talk about next time. See you then.